everybody, we're so excited. We're here for our More Money Monday. What I need you guys to do is I need you guys to drop some comments. Let's break those Facebook algorithms because y'all know Facebook is crazy right now. So we're streaming live in Facebook and we are on our YouTube channel if you're having issues with Facebook. So make sure that you are tagging those friends in the comments because we want everybody on. Before we get started with our training, I just want to share the screen because your directors are trying to raise money for you guys to help offset the cost for next Jubilee. And so I just want to share with you the fundraiser that they are doing in the month of October. And it is going to be the cutest thing ever. Is this not the most adorable shirt design? So it says turkey, gravy, beans, and rolls. Let me see that Tupperware bowl. I think it's completely adorable. Perfect for your family get-togethers. And think about all the people that's going to ask you about that shirt and ask you about Tupperware. So guys, if you can support your directors, make sure that you comment. They are going to do this for the next week and they're going to be ordering these so you guys can have them back in time for the Thanksgiving season. So let me stop sharing. So tonight we have a great topic. So I hear people all the time say, I just am having trouble getting parties. And then a lot of times people will say, I've had a party, but it's like $50 in sales. I don't know how to have these big parties. So you guys have a treat for you. Tonight we are having Director Bonnie Westbrook, and she's going to come in. She has one of our highest party averages. She kills the $1,000 party. Her monthly average is usually $4,000 or more every month. And so she's one that's really good with working with her hostesses and booking parties. She just booked 3 parties just over the weekend. So without further ado, we're going to introduce Miss Bonnie Westbrook.
Hey everybody, I hope you're having a good night. So tonight we are going to talk about how to get party bookings. So this is really how to start from scratch when you don't have any party bookings. We have trained before on how to get a party in a party. Sorry, my hair's driving me crazy. How to get a party in a party. And this one is really just how you can get a party outside of a party. Okay, so we know all the ways you can get a party if you have a party going on. But what if you have nothing in your date book and it's completely blank? And we have October record breaker month coming up with tons of extras for hostesses. It's the greatest time of the year to book parties. And you want to book as Brooke always says, you want to, how does she say it? Book upfront parties. You want to book them early in the month. You want to load your schedule early in the month, and then that way you can book parties from those parties, and you might be able to book them in October as well. So, this is all about also you want to kind of look up and see what your party average is so that you know kind of what your goal is. You want to have a specific goal for October record breaker month. And maybe you're not going for your tip top highest goal ever or your highest average ever, but maybe you just want to do $10 more than last year. That is okay as well. Just have a goal in your mind. Okay, so the first thing you can do is ask in person. At Walmart, you run into somebody, you always need to be prepared and have a catalog with a brochure and a hostess packet folded up in your catalog in your purse. Okay, so guys, you're out of luck. You're just going to have to carry your Tupperware bag with you, your purse, okay? Because we ladies, we have our big purses and plenty of room to put it. But just, you have that purse, go ahead and put it in there in your handbag. So also, church, I wouldn't ask at the beginning of church. I wouldn't ask during, the service or afterwards, like when you're just mingling with people before they go home, or maybe if you've had a fellowship at church and an eating and you're just talking. And, the best way to bring it up is also to do it in natural conversation. So, hey, did you know, say at a ball game, did you know that I booked a party last week and it actually ended up seeing a couple of people off the soccer team in there, or any way to bring it up. I can't think of a great example, but just naturally in conversation is the best way to just talk about Tupperware. It doesn't have to be about booking a party, but it can lead you up to a conversation about hey, would you like to book a party and see about getting all these rewards? So kids connections are great. At the bank, I have often asked my bank tellers if they'd like to have a catalog to look through. And I one time a lady did tell me yes, she would. So I was able to put that through. It fits right through the drawer, I promise, at the bank. You can fold it up and put it in that little cylinder that goes zoom too. So just think about asking in person, and it might be just as you're going about your errands through the day. Another way you can ask is by posting games. There are a wide variety. In Excite, we are great about sharing our ideas. And, I don't know how to do a PowerPoint real well, but I do know how to show you pictures. So, like, this is one that I did at Pick a Pumpkin. Um, and the 1 through 8, you can do that, or you can put your party dates on there and mix them up, not in any order or anything. Just put 27, 3, 12, whatnot, the party dates you have. And you can do a little post. I won't go over everything, but basically you're just saying, hey, I've got some free Tupperware to give away in the spirit of Halloween or Thanksgiving. And I wanted you to just pick a number, and we'll see about giving as much Tupperware away for free as I can, or something along the lines of that. But if you look back and scroll on Excite page, you will see some booking games. That's one. As an example, and it works well. It works the best for me on holidays. So most people are home. They've eaten, say on Thanksgiving, and will more likely respond when they're at home. And holidays are a great opportune time to do that. Another one would just be putting up, hey, you want a mystery grab bag? And you always private message them, and you do want to respond on the post and say sending you a PM. But don't ever say, hey, this is a booking game, would you like to book a party? You sort of give it away before you've had the opportunity to tell all the great things about it. So you want to send a private message, even if it's a text message or a phone call. You could do that. Another one is called Pay the Date, and this one would work well for October parties. You pick a party date and you pay the date. If they pick October 1st as their date to start, then they pay $1 for whatever you're giving away. It may be you're giving away the mystery grab bag, and it could be 2 or 3 little tiny treasures. It may be one tiny treasure if you're giving away free Tupperware. Hey, it's free and it's Tupperware. So, and if sometimes you do a mystery gift. Sometimes you may do a gift that they know about. Like I did the September hostess set. I have this set. Um, I got it real inexpensive, and I'm having a hard time selling it. So it's a really good thing for me to get it out of my stock and move my stock is to give it away. And I'm giving it to one of my September hostess, whether they booked or had a started a party in September or closed a party in September. If they were anywhere in September, they're in the drawing for this. And I'll draw it, and I will um, ship it to someone. You may not want to do something that big, and that's fine. I probably have a lot more stock than a lot of people, but it's something you do have. Even just a bowl, or like I said, a few tiny treasures. This is one we've done before. Want these for free? And the Tupper mini salt and pepper shakers, man, you will get a lot of people to do a lot of parties for that, because they're very they're hard to get. We only recently were able to purchase them before for the public to purchase them. Before it was only we consultants, and we were to give them away. So it kind of keeps it special. It's like that smidget, and I'm so excited. If you don't know, the smidgets are back on our personal website, so that you can order those. I think it's $3 for 5 of them. You're able to order them and use those to give to your hostesses or for something special. Another one is like when you host a party, a $25 surprise pack. They're just all sorts of different flyers and booking games. And if you need help with that, talk to your director, because they're really good about helping you word things, and probably will send you the wording they've used before, so you get an idea, or give you an idea of what to say. Another thing I do when I just don't have any parties in my books is I do a Frank's list. And FRANKS stands for friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids contact, and I never can remember the S, but I put my spouse contacts. Um, and some people just do Frank, but I add an S on it. And so, you never know when you do that. And I do it about every 6 months, and it changes. My relatives might not change. Um, but the kids contacts has always been one that varies for me. Your friends, you meet new friends, and you think about it when you start writing them down on paper, really writing them down or texting them on notes in your phone. You think of more people than you normally would. And don't forget to put your church contacts in there. You can also ask your past host if you've been in Tupperware a while. I have a lady that does at least one who does a party at the same time every year in January. She's always hosted for me. It's my Usborne consultant, and she hosts for me every January. She does an annual party. I know Lynn has a lady, or at least one, who does it every 6 months. So she does them in May and October, our two biggest months of the year for hostesses, when they can kind of rack up on those gifts and the extra rewards. And you do want to reach out to, especially to your past host who did you a really good party. If they had $1,000 party before, that means they did some work for it. They didn't just rely on a message to be sent up, an invite. So when you ask your host, and we'll get to that in a minute, to invite people, you want them to invite their best friends first, and you want them to send a personal message to their top 25 people if they will. Just send those messages. You can give them a prefab message to send. That would be the easiest way. Hey guys, I'm having a Tupperware party. Thought you might want to check out the latest sales. Here's the link, or anything that you might come up with that's pretty clever to send. You can also post pictures of some other free Tupperware that you have, and I showed you that one. Go to the active list on Messenger, and at the bottom it'll say active. My phone didn't say it right away. I had to change a setting to show me when people were active. And if you are incognito per se, you're not going to be able to see the ones that are active. So that's one thing you want to think about changing, maybe, because when you see your active list, there's 200 people or more. And then it's alphabetical, starts with the A, and goes on down the alphabet. I think by first name. You just pick a letter to do that day, or a few letters. Maybe you want to do A through F. And you go through there and you say, well, him, no, maybe not him. Her, yeah, I haven't asked her in a while. And you send a personal message to 25 people that day. Don't just go crazy over it. And you do need to take breaks in between it. I usually do a couple letters and then take a break and do a couple more. Then if I do it another day in a week, I don't do A, B, C, D, E, F again. Start with G. So you're not having to go through people you've already asked. And that way, you think of people that are not on your Frank's list, that were never a host, and you might get some yeses that way. I generally do. Another way to book parties would be check out your old surveys. If you post a survey in your parties and you have quite a few entries, you can go back through those. And maybe they said no 6 months ago, but they'll say yes this time. Go through your old party groups. So if you don't archive your groups and you keep them open, you are then able to go back 6 months later, 3 months later, 2 weeks later, post a sale. Well, hey guys, I would post the flyers or this double host credits, something to spark their interest, and you might get somebody to book a party just based on the hostess rewards, or something that you're giving away. The same things you posted on your personal website. And when you do these, unless you have a really, really large VIP group, post these on your personal website, and don't do it all the time. No more than 2 Tupperware related posts a week on your personal website. You don't want to just beat people to the ground about it. And then you can do it in your VIP group, but you want to do it one or the other at a time. So yes, go ahead and post something in your old party groups, or send personal messages to the guests in your party groups. Maybe someone that ordered or someone that didn't order or people that were active in the group. You can go back and look through. So I choose a group and use that one, and then I don't do that group again for 4 or 5 months. And so it's just here and there. I've had one lady who told me she didn't want anything posted in her group anymore. And I told her she could leave the group. She left the group, and I kept the group open and still post for others in the group. So, um, that is basically the ways that I generally get some party bookings. That those ways, all of those ways, and you know, if you need help with remembering these or things like that, send me a message. I'll be glad to send you my handwritten notes if you want that. Just of ideas. I didn't have time to type anything today. It's really just in what works for you. So one of these ways should work for you. Another thing that we want to talk about is just being persistent with it. Don't give up. When one thing doesn't work, don't just say, hey, that didn't work. I'm never trying that again. The same thing may work in 6 months. The same thing may work in 3 months. Or try something different. And, that's 10 ways I listed. And some of them are multiples in one. So you can think about all the different ways to book parties. It's not just within a party. Now, granted, I get most of my party bookings, or I'd say 70% in a party. Or they have attended a party of mine. I'll say that. Maybe not right then, but they have attended a party or they're a past host. But there are those, like 3 I got this weekend at an event we had. And these ladies were interested in buying Tupperware stock. And I said, hey, you could get a lot of free stock as well, depending on how your party does. Let me show you what we have for October. And I had hostess packs with me ready, and I'll show you what to put in a hostess pack. And that pretty much starts your communication with your host. And that's how you have $1,000 party. It's all in the communication with the host and how the host performs. You want to do what you can to nudge her in the right direction. Really, the first day is the most important day of a party to me because it sets the stage for the whole thing. So, and don't forget, you can also book catalog parties. They're not as fun, but there are some ways a lot less work. Be sure that you send that person a order form so they can see the shipping cost and tell them, hey, you have an order, send me a picture of it, and I'll be glad to calculate it for you. And, they can order it on the website and offer your host who may be hesitant. If you have a hesitant host who says, oh, I can't get enough orders. Hey, you can offer cheaper shipping if you just deliver to those around you, because you can split the shipping between the 4 of you or whatever. And that sometimes gets a reluctant host or a reluctant person to order, because a lot of people don't want to pay $9.99 shipping, even though that's the same price, or you might pay more even to other direct sale companies. It's, they just don't want to do that. And that's one way to get around it and make it cheaper for them. So you want to put a lot of things in your hostess packet, but you first want to have a catalog, at least one. And then I just fold these things up and put them in the catalog. Wrap it in cellophane, and usually it's like $1.88 up to $2.12, depending on where you're sending it. So if I have a bunch, I take them to the post office. If I don't, I just put some dollar stamps on there. You can order stamps online as well. So I would put the double host credits and then the record breaker host. If you don't have these flyers, guys, they are on the My Tupperware Brochure Catalogs and Flyers group. You go and you hit the little 3 lines up there and you hit albums. You're looking for albums. Even if you're on an iPhone, still going to be albums. And you find the different categories. October host is what it probably says, something of that nature. But you want to get, so this is extra that they can get. These are, they can get this or their host credit, and then another host bonus they can get at this level, and then they get the double host credits at the $1,000 level. So if it says host gift specials, then it's not extra. It's with their $75 in host credit or whatever. Now, if it says host bonus, it's a bonus, an actual bonus that they can get in addition. Then I would send this flyer, or, at least one of the 3 I showed you. I always send a challenge. I send a challenge for them to fill out their wish list, do different things. And this has all been on another training that you can find. And I send a wish list. It's important because you want them to fill this out so you can get an idea of what they want, and it gets them vested in the party. So the best host will fill that out for you. More than likely, those that fill out a wish list have got some outside orders for you, have been using that catalog, and will do you up a great party. You send some tips, either this one, how to be amazing hostess. Of course, you send a flyer or two and a order form. And on my order forms, I don't have it on here, but in this section I put the Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal options so that they know that they can pay me that way. And I'm sure in my talking with the host, so I send this, and then I talk with her about 4 days later to see if she got it. I usually call. Sometimes I message, but I try to call. And I ask her, hey, did you get your hostess packet? So I'm excited for your party. Please fill out that wish list. And thank you, Judy. And so please fill out the wish list and get it back to me before the end of the party so we'll know, you can add things as you go, but we'll know what your goals are for the party. And also in that conversation, I ask her, does she want to offer the option of people ordering on her order or a one order and splitting the shipping? If so, then I offer my PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo option. Or we do it this way, she can offer those options, or they can pay her cash, and then she pays for it in one bulk payment, because we just have one form of payment we can do per order. So we decide which way we're going to do it. We don't mix it up. We do one or the other, and then we're both on the same page about it. Most hosts would, like I have a couple teachers that booked the party this weekend. They intend to deliver it out to the different schools that they work at. So they, really don't mind offering that cheaper shipping at all. All right. Then, when you get in touch with your host, you want to be sure that you make the call. Make the call is the number one thing, because they hear your voice, even if it's just 1 minute. Even if you leave a voice message, they're hearing your voice. They know you're a real person, not just some text they see on the phone and a picture they may see in your on your Facebook page. That helps. But it's also really important. There's something about intonation and connotation in our voice that when we speak with each other, we make a connection, even if you don't have any eye contact involved. But don't forget, you can also FaceTime or Messenger speak back and forth with them. Just try to ring them. I mean, they'll answer or they won't. And if they don't, try to call. And, no one would really get upset that you make a phone call. If they do, that's not the sort of host you really wanted to deal with. So most people really appreciate the time. You're not going to sit there and talk as long as I'm talking today. You're going to make it quick, minute, 2 minutes, unless she wants to continue to talk about other things. But there are some party tasks that you do. Sending the catalog is one thing. Making a Facebook cover with their name, that's just a personal touch if you're able to do that. I could, now I can't, but I'm going to try to get on a little app that I can do that with. And you just go from there. Just keep her updated pretty much throughout the party on orders. It's very irritating to me when I have a personal party for, say, Usborne Books, and my consultant doesn't update me when someone orders, or doesn't do it, within a day or so. And I don't know this person ordered, and I don't have any idea how much they ordered or the rewards. So just go ahead and be upfront about it. Let them know, hey, you had a $76 order from Mary Martha, and she, we're going to send her a thank you, and you send the thank you, and be sure you can tag the person in the thank you if you're able to, if you know how to do that. That's important. So sending those thank yous, the host actually appreciates that too, and so that gets her on your side a little more, because the host is going to help you book parties. That's what you're getting at. Host contact helps you get the orders and the parties, because a lot of people will tell you no, but they'll tell her yes. So, Brooke, did you have anything else you wanted me to add? One thing I'll say, you can give an extra gift for 2 bookings. You can put that in there. That's kind of what I do with my challenge. But if you want to offer you don't want to do a challenge. You just want to say, hey, there's a little extra in it for you if you book 2 parties for me. So
Bonnie, I think you've given a lot of really great tips, and I've muted you, Bonnie. So when you get ready to talk, unmute. But one thing that you can really see with Bonnie is that she has constant communication throughout the party. It's not just, hey, you're having a party and I'll talk to you at the end. She's updating them with the sales. She's doing the party planning, because that's really the key to having those $1,000 parties, is to work your hostess. So Bonnie, do you have any more tips or any other tips, or just some encouragement? Because I'm sitting here watching some of the comments, and there are people that have booked parties for next week, and we know how big Record Breaker Month is. So what would be your tips to really get their business going, and how they could start? And do you think that they could date parties now and have a really big October record breaker?
well, yeah, don't go ahead and get those parties going. They can go ahead and maybe get some orders tomorrow, and get that started for you. You don't ever want to put it off too long. I do like to date my parties a few weeks in advance, or have parties booked for a few weeks in advance. Let me say that, not the party in advance, but never shy away from, you know, I didn't think I could do 2 in a day, but you can. Um, you can always come. Sometimes it's easier to do 2 or 3 the same schedule, because then hey, I'm going to comment on these few at a time. And when I did the $1,000 party training previously, I let you know that at the time I was experimenting with times of when to post, and I used to post about once every 2 hours. Lately, I've been posting in clusters 4 times a day. I chose 11 a.m., 3 p.m., 7 p.m., and 8 p.m. Excuse me. And I post my 3 or 4 posts I want to post, always 2 products and a high interest. What do you call that? Help me with the term, Brooke. It's a engagement post. Yes, you always want to post 1 engagement post in your cluster, okay, and 2 products, or maybe it's host a party, a product, and an engagement post. But I do 3. If I have a link, I do 4 altogether, like 3, 3:05, 3:10, 3:15. Then I know about 3:20, 3:30, I need to go comment on 3 of my posts. So it helps me and the host not have to look at it all day long. We know 11:30, 3:30, 7:30, 8:30, we're going to go comment on some posts. 4 times a day is a lot less stressful than having to look at your phone 1 every hour, every 2, all throughout the day. And hey, I missed that post. You can get to them, I think, in a little bit timelier fashion, or I can. It works for me. So try that out if you use Post My Party, or if you schedule them yourself, doing them in clusters. So that is the newest thing. And also, don't forget, it's cool. And if you can't get that phone call in, you can do a welcome video, 1 to 2 minute welcome video, just introducing them. Post that on there, and do that welcome video after the people have been added. And do stress to your host to send 25 messages, personal messages, to invite them to the party. A lot of people will shy away from an invite, and Facebook algorithms right now, they may not even get that invite. They may not get a tag, but they will see a personal message, and it comes up on their phone, and encourage them to do it by text or personal private message. So just so that they're getting a personal message out. But Record Breaker is an important month for you. It's also towards the end of the year, and you want to get your sales up. It's a great time to do that. So just have that goal in mind, and just don't take no for an answer. I'm not saying from a host. I'm just saying for yourself. Don't give up on yourself. You need to be your biggest cheerleader, and you need to get in there and try to book some parties tonight. Try to do it in the morning. Get it going as quickly as you can. Post My Party, if you don't know anything about it, ask your director, or a scheduling app can make your life so much easier. For the first 3 months that I partied, I scheduled those posts, and I did at least 2 parties a week. From the get-go, I did 1, and then 1 more, and then I can do 2, and then I can do 3, and then I got to where I couldn't do it anymore. I need to Post My Party, and it's made my life a lot less stressful. And it's $9.99 Of course, you can try it for 2 weeks for free. And who doesn't like free? Brooke does all the work. She does the post for you. And, you just go in there and schedule it, add it to your party, let it run, and check on it here and there and post on those. But just be sure when you're doing these Facebook parties and these catalog parties, you set your host up with what she needs to have a great party. So she needs to know what's going to happen. She needs to know, the order form if she's in a catalog party and it has a deadline. Don't just say, hey, do a couple of weeks and then we'll get back on it. Check on your catalog party host as well. That helps. The contact with any hostess is important. And I don't mean, you contact them 3 times a day. That would be plumb irritating. Just, check in with them and remind them with a few little tips. Laura Donahue made a couple of hostess tips flyers out there, and I don't send all of them to every host, but if I have a host and she didn't comment on the first cluster, I give her a few minutes on the second cluster, and by 3:30, if she hasn't commented, I have already sent a picture that says hey, or even a message. Commenting on the post really gets your guests participating, and more participation gets you more orders, gets you more free Tupperware. And usually a nudge or a reminder, oh, I might have forgotten, then get them going in the right direction. If it doesn't, don't give up. You always finish a party when you start it. Even if the host has no commenting on there, I learned that the hard way. People will order sometimes even if the host is not commenting. So you be the first one to comment on your post if you can, and ask the host to be the second person. So
I think this is so great. I just appreciate Bonnie coming in and sharing these tips with you guys. And, guys, if you don't have parties in your books, shoot some messages out tonight. Get those parties. Because guess what? You can start a party tomorrow, and they can shop from the September flyer and the October flyer, and they get to close it with double host rewards. So to me, that's a win-win situation. I hope you guys are out there working, because the thing is, don't wait until the end of Record Breaker and say, well, gosh dog it, I missed my record. Start now with dating those parties, and we're going to help you succeed every step of the way. So thank you guys so much. Be sure to comment on the post what you learned post for your chance to win in our drawing. Bye, everybody.